Good, I'm live. I apologize for that little glitch. My camera was locked in one mode. Now everything seems to be working. How are you? First person's already in the house. I am sitting down at the airport. I have a good hour to chat to you guys. And my question to the drivers is, do you think that mass suspensions, I'm not talking deactivations, because deactivations means you're not allowed back on the platform. I'm using the word suspensions. Benzlik, how are you? First there, Bay Area, I salute you. When I go and get my coffee, I order it with my rag. I soak the rag in sanitizer. I open up the Starbucks door with my rag. You know, people might look at me, but I'd rather be safe than sorry. My question was, are mass suspensions coming? What do you think? In my previous video, I truly mean it when I say I asked Katie Weitzman, the head of global safety, Tony West and Derek Kay to resign. I really mean that. Sheldon, good morning. How are you? Honolulu in the house. Sending love to the islands. I wish I was there, by the way. You know, I truly mean it when I say that they should resign, because I think on every single possible level, you know, regarding the coronavirus, and again, I respect anything and everything you think about this coronavirus. When you say, okay, don't buy into the fear, it's real, let's look at the numbers, whichever way you approach this, I still say these three individuals have to resign. Why? Because they've been sitting on this data for a long, long time. They know which people have been in high problem areas. They know who the high risk riders, the high risk passengers are. They know who has come into contact with drivers. So now they said, and I kid you not, right? They said that the public health organizations, they would leave it up to the health organizations to tell us, right, who has to get off the platform. So my question is, are they supplying the names and the data and the emails to these organizations? Are we going to be getting an official letter from a public health organization where Uber and Lyft are hiding behind so that they think they can get out of it legally, right? You know, I don't know how they are going to approach us, but I can tell you that Tony West and his team are legaling up, right? Breaking news, President Trump declares national emergency. Okay, I'd have to read up what that is about. If anybody knows more, who's listened to that, they're more than welcome to share here in the room. I haven't watched it. Honestly, anything regarding coronavirus that comes out of his mouth has no value to me, right? If some experts wish to talk about it, great, I'll listen to that, right? Masarov, how are you? But I think, this is my opinion, that there will be mass suspensions coming, and that we would be getting the email from some sort of public health organization, may it be the CDC. You know, Wingman, correct, he is a liar, and he will remain a liar. They have not been truthful to us, right? They've allowed us to drive around, they've allowed us to interact with the worst of the worst riders. And I'm not talking a one-star rider, I'm talking with the worst of the worst affected riders that have been in problematic regions. They've allowed this to happen for weeks. My idea is that they are furnishing the CDC and health organizations with that information, and we would get an email from them saying, it is possible that you have come into contact with problematic riders, and we have suggested to the company that you stop driving, and we call for a suspension. This is not a deactivation, but for a suspension. In that way, I think that Tony West and company and Derek can all hide behind these institutions and say, look, they said it. They said that you shouldn't drive, right? But business is massively dropping right now. Johnny B already correctly said that. I'm getting text messages from William. Going strong, my friend, using the cleaners. By the way, I managed to get my hand through a guy who has a chemical lab on a few hundred of these. I'm giving these to all my passengers. Remember, I don't pick up from airports. I just take people to the airports and drive them where they need to be. And I'm giving, they're grateful because they can't get their hands on this type of shit. I have a lot of it, right? And just so that you know, one of the board members of the largest labs, testing labs in California, who strangely enough used to work for me about 16 years ago. He took his first job in California in my company 16 years ago. I always encouraged him to go out. He was my best salesman. He went out and he is now one of the head directors at this testing lab company. And I said to him, Christian, I called him up, Christian Ahinka, I need a favor from you, brother. I really do. Remember back in the day when I helped you with all your paperwork and got you going in California? I need help from you. If we need testing kits, whatever we need from you, pneumonia kits, can I call upon you if my brothers and sisters need it, right? Because we haven't been given shit by Uber and Lyft. No gloves, no masks, no sanitizers, no nothing. No preparation kits, no swabs, no testing kits, nothing. And they've been sitting on this data for weeks and weeks and weeks. They know exactly who went in and out of China. They knew when this epidemic started. Now it's a pandemic, right? And they didn't do anything. They didn't stockpile. They didn't make any safety decisions. So like I said in my last email, Katie Weitzman needs to go, right? They're far more competent woman out there. Let's look at Shannon Riordan, the chief legal from the Massachusetts company. Are you going to talk politics now, or are we going to talk about the real issue, right? Tekken Goedjets. Puck. Is that Sweden, Norway, Holland? Where are you? Slick. Romeo Bukala in the house. How are you? It's going to be a long one. I'm killing time. I'm waiting for a flight to come in. Just dropped off some people at a Learjet. They're flying out to Montana for 4 weeks to get out of this insanity. Helped them get all their stuff on the plane. And they gave me the fattest tip. One of the highest tips I ever got. I told them that, listen, they gave me the code to the house. I'll be going collecting the mail. And these are insanely wealthy individuals, right? So they trust me with all of these things. And so I get in, I can go into the house anytime. And they going to their ranch in Montana took them to their jet and they flew out. And I took care of things. I took care of all their stuff this morning, got them to their plane, went out, got them groceries. I took care of everything. I got such a fat check today from these people. Thank you, clients. I love you. Now, should be a nice 50-mile trip to the airport. Sheldon, I'm already at the airport. I dropped them off at a private plane at a Learjet in Van Nuys, and I shot across 35 minutes. Flying. I'm phasing out Uber and Lyft as an income source. Whoop, whoop. Tara Sanders, he made a decision. Love you for that. Johnny, be good. No, just responding to Wingman's response, not trying to get into it. You're right, moving on. No, I'm just giving you a tough time. I just want to concentrate on Uber, the incompetence of Uber, and serious stuff here, guys. Listen, I want you guys to be safe. I want you guys to work smart, right? Hands up who's gone out there and has taken some precautions on sanitizers, spray, just hands up. Or are you just touching everything as usual? If you are touching everything as usual, you know, toilet handles, doorknobs, ATMs, blah, 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 may I kindly ask you just to not touch these services with your bare hands? Can you do me a huge favor and get out, get some cloths and some disinfectant spray, clean up your car, clean up your hands. Tourism Hawaii is starting to go down. Hey, with $100 round trips offered to Hawaii, right? Very tempting. But people, this is how desperate airlines are getting in these trying times, right? They know. Uberman Tampa's in the house. With everything closing, I do believe it's going to dive. And the biggest impact I think you guys are going to feel is from people working from home. So all of those back from work trips gone, all of those to the airport business travels gone. And when you declare national emergency, I haven't looked at what that entails, right? But usually national emergency means everything is shut down. So I don't see a lot of travel. I think demands for private Learjets. I have never seen so many private Learjets at the airport as I did this morning. Only time I saw that was at the Oscars, the Grammys, Coachella. Disney parks are closed. NBA season has closed. March Madness, March Sadness is over. I saw your video about the dog. Which video was that? He said his San Fran flight was at 40%. I'm sure many of those 40% were wearing their masks, right? Hey, I need some more thumbs up. I have over 40 people in the house here watching. I have several contributors, but I only have 2 thumbs up. I need to pump it up, but I'm taking my time out here. We're educating, we're sharing news, and we're keeping everybody informed. Things that Uber and Lyft are not doing, keeping you informed. And if you want to test their support center, by the way, they announced that they're closing down their hubs so that the employees are kept safe, right? But dear driver, keep on wheeling that wheelbarrow in and only come back when you have a wheelbarrow full of money. We need you to go back out there again. We need you to bring in a wheelbarrow of money. And then we need you to go out and do the night shift, and we have to have you bring back the money, right? Meanwhile, they shut their hubs down. So where do you really go if there's a crisis? No one to talk to. Now you can go back to the wonderful 1-800-593-7069 number to the Philippines, which does not work. You're getting autoresponders now with your emails. If you send them from your phone and it says, "Oh, go to the CDC website," push away. We're not going to deal with this. Go to their website. They'll educate you. Right? This is how they're handling it. Right? It's not a hands-on company. Right? And then this Katie Weitzman, or whatever her name is, the head of global safety. How much are they paying the drivers for 14 days? They've made no commitment. Jeff Bezos at least comes out and says, "Hey, for Amazon Flex drivers, I'm putting $25 million into a fund." That's it. Boom, right into that bank account. And he only did that after he got a lot of pressures from senators and his drivers and his company. You got to take care of your employees. You got to help the people that built the company for you. So Jeff Bezos knows he needs to take care of those prime drivers, flex drivers, right? He knows. He put the money into the bank account. I have seen no commitments. I've seen nothing from our little quiet weasel introvert Derek K. Nothing. No announcement. Hey, we put 50 million or we put $30 million into a fund. And let me tell you why they are not putting money into the fund as long as possible. Because the moment they say or put money into a health fund, they are acknowledging that we are employees, because employees should automatically have health benefits, right? Should automatically be in place, right? If you work for Mercedes-Benz or BMW, like my fiance, they have all the privileges built in, right? They have got sick leave. They've got this, they can go coronavirus. They get paid absent times, blah, blah, blah. Uber, nothing. So they're not wiring money into those accounts yet. Otherwise, they would be perceived as, employers. They don't want to be seen as employers. So I'd want to see, when does California force them to put money into that fund? Now, a true hero, hashtag she inspires me, hashtag she inspires me. Shannon Riordan, one of the heaviest hitters, attorneys that I know of in Massachusetts, who's filed multiple lawsuits against Uber and Lyft, protecting drivers' rights. She filed an injunction yesterday with the court saying Uber has to act, and Uber has to put money into these funds and and treat them as employees and come up with these health benefits for any driver or rider that gets sick, right? So she's forcing their hands. I don't know how the judges could deny her order, right? I don't think that they would do it. The judges in my case this morning, they said because of the coronavirus, we wanted to blow over. Your hearing will be set for May the 15th. They pushed my court date out another 60 days. I gave, just so I inform all my subscribers, I gave Uber until yesterday to make me an offer. They didn't. So long story short, negotiations off the table, and now you have to pound them again. The strange thing is, when last time I pounded them, they came to me. Their head Legal Eagle, I believe number 2 and 3, called me. I've had various conversations with various attorneys in the last few days. So I know that they're taking my matter serious, because the information that I sit on, when I get that out there and share it with the defense attorneys of California that are fighting the AB5, when I start sharing this material and they get exposure to other material they haven't seen, the one thing you collect all your data, not only for accounting purposes, but you make screenshots, evidence. I'm a big proponent, I'm a big fan of evidence. Every single day, if I get anything, if I get any numbers, I take screenshots and I put it into files, right? So sitting on a wealth of information, plus you guys are awesome. Hey, Dylan, how are you? Dylan de Jesus, welcome you. You guys are awesome. You share so many great screenshots with me. You give me so much ammunition every day. It's not even funny, right? You definitely, you guys make my life much, much easier. Just purely through the willingness to share, the willingness to take screenshots. Chicago, Boston, Miami. I just got a couple of screenshots from New York. They were telling me what's going on there. So I just sit on those buckets and buckets of information, good information, right? Patterns that people are establishing to see, right? So if I tell you, I have spoken to these guys, I have said what has to be said. I gave them a deadline of March the 20th, 5 p.m. The head attorney acknowledged that. He said, understood. It was his response, understood. So he understands March the 20th, 5 p.m. is my deadline. And then I'm going to pound this company like they've never, ever experienced before, because that's when I start putting personal money into press releases and I start ramping it up. What's up, Rideshare Professor? Uberman, bathrooms here are gross. Guys, Uber, if you're listening in, I know you're watching the videos, clean up those bathrooms, pay the janitors. Janitors need the money. Wingman, the idiot on top pulled a distraction yesterday. He bombed Iraq points where Iranians occupy. It's all distraction. All distraction. MW, $100 for 12 hours. Where? What happened $100 for 12 hours? You made $100 in 12 hours? That's $8 an hour. That's $4 less than minimum wages in California, with California $12 minimum wage. Who made $100? You know, I pay $100, over $100 per press release to my riders, to Andrew Carmen, who knocks it up in 30, 40 minutes, right? He makes $100 in less than an hour for writing a good press release. I only made about 75. Yeah, let's share some earnings. 75 for about 3 hours this morning, says Slicker Dip. Well, that's an average of 25 an hour. I'm not sure what you used to, but that's double what many other markets are making, right? And the bottom line is, let's all agree, the amount of pings have gone down drastically. Shannon Riordan is a great law firm. Love her. I love her. She inspires me. Another woman that inspires me is Susan Fowler. She was the one who called Travis Kalanick out on all his shit and all those other male pigs that were conducting sexual harassment. Susan Fowler called them out. She was the whistleblower. She said it was run like chaos because there was more money. We were just bringing in wheelbarrows of money And who knows what they're doing? I don't know. Maybe they were snorting. Maybe they were snorting lines with the dollar notes that we were bringing in. Who knows? All I know is if you spend $200,000 on balloons, you must be on fucking crack. Really. Seriously. When there's people starving out in the streets and there's animals in shelters and there's kids and elderly being abused and you're spending $200,000 on balloons, shame on you, man. Shame on you. So Travis has moved on. He's cashed out. Believe he cashed out at about $29.30. That's $8 more than the crappy stock is on now, right? It's on 22. Am I right? It's on 22. You know what's interesting? I've been watching the skies and the frequency of the planes has slowed down a lot. Usually every 2 to 3 minutes there was a plane coming in. I've waited quite a while in a JetBlue. Travis was the winner, but he's bankrupt now. He's I would say he's bankrupt within inside of himself, right? His soul is bankrupt, right? He milked that cow for every single dollar he could. He cashed in and, good for him. He was a pioneer in his way, but I just think there's a lonely, dark soul walking around out there called Travis Kalanick. I was told last night that banks were preparing for bank closure and country shutdown, says Wingman. Thank you for sharing. I rely on Chinese businessmen to get me to LAX. I don't know what that's supposed to mean. Airlines have slashed flights, 150 in 9 hours, $50 less than usual. Houston, Texas. Wow, thank you for sharing. Yeah, share the numbers, share the facts, share the figures. This is your playground. This video, this live feed is dedicated to you. So whatever you want to say. Man, I watch Dirty Money on Netflix. One of them is about old people who get abused and take advantage. It's horrible how these sweatshops overseas are abusing, making these prank calls to elderly about the IRS. You owe this money. And then, they're making hundreds and hundreds of millions, driving the fear into seniors. Seen it happen. Heard it. Heard those type of calls. Michael Tolentino, this may end. You get to share. What are you guys expecting from Uber or Lyft in these times? What are you expecting? Michael Tolentino, coronavirus, I hope it ends. I have still done airport drop-offs, but no pickups from the airport until further notice, says Slick and Dip. I would say avoid airports at all costs. Uberman Tampa says he made 93 in 4 hours. That's good. That's about 23 hours. San Diego Rideshare Pro, Thomas Gibson, San Diego in the house. Buddy, I'm going to use that money towards, so yesterday we were on 161 balance of $389 that we needed to raise for the big press release, the premier press release I'm pushing out. Thomas Gibson, Rideshare Pro, subscribe to him. He just said for the press release. So we brought that figure down from 161. I have it clear in my head because I wrote it down to 141. Thank you, Thomas. And Andrew's knocking up a press release where I call out Tony West. I call out CEO Derek Kay. I call out Logan Green. I call out Katie Weitzman in this national press release, how they have failed drivers around the world. Drive to Win. Thank you for all. Thank you, buddy. Thank you for being here. Thank you for just being here and talking to me. I'm appreciating that. Appreciate that. I made 76 in 4 hours. Okay, what are we talking there? 76 divided by 4. What is that? About 19 maybe? Thomas, how you doing? Loving that Cadillac, baby. Loving that black Cadillac. My friend here, Thomas from San Diego, just splashed out a lot of money for a beautiful Cadillac. It's not just airports you need to worry about. It's everywhere. Sure, I'm just saying is when you start, what I'm saying is Uber Man Tampa. He likes pushing back. I notice that's one thing that Uberman Tampa likes to do. He likes to push back. He likes to get testy. What I'm saying is when you put in a priority list where you could possibly have the worst case scenario rider or a passenger in your car, it's most likely an inbound coming flight. You don't know whether they came from overseas, from Europe, from Asia, from Australia. You don't know whether it was a local flight from Dallas or from, I'm saying whether it's international, like from Heathrow, or whether it was from New York, from JFK. You have no idea, right? But I can tell you what, on a priority list, airports numero uno, major problem. Yeah, loves the Escalade. Make the money, honey. Have you switched that app on yet? Did you get it all checked out? Did you pass inspection? Please keep me posted. We got to do a video with our Cadillacs next to each other, like a group picture. Thomas Gibson and Torsten riding in our Cadillacs. Do you think Uber and Lyft will shut down in the next few days? No, they won't shut down. But mark my words, mass suspensions, I think, are coming. And I think it'll be directed from some public health authority. I think it would come from the CDC. I think what these chicken shits are going to do is that they're going to supply the CDC or some public health organization with a lot of names. And then the emails are going to come from them so that they can legally hide behind this facade, right? This weekend's going to be ready. Buddy, please. Let's make a frame. I'll buy the frame. We take a screenshot of that first trip done with the Escalade. Money isn't funny in a ride-share world. All the things that Thomas could do when he makes a lot of money in the Escalade. How's that? Frickin' singer, American Idol, the masked singer. What's with the background checks that they're doing again? What's up, Uber? What's up? Why are you doing all these background checks? It's good things I still have my W-2. Mark my words, not deactivations, but mass suspensions are going to come because these chicken shits have been hiding all the time and are not revealing who's been in our car. They know it. They know who's been in our car. Dara knows who's been in our car. Tony knows who's been in our car. Katie knows who's been in our car, right? Jennifer knows who's been in our car, and many more. The other name I'm itching to say, and he knows it, but I'll reveal it soon. I'll reveal his name and all the details after March the 20th, when I start clubbing them. Boy, you're gonna see a South African brawl, these Uber guys, right? You know, I want you guys to make money. Take the money from Uber, take it, right? Cherry pick. I want you guys to take the money. It certainly ain't looking after you. They don't have your backs, right? I really need you to go out there and get very creative and get the money in, because it's going to be slim pickings, my friend. You know, you went out into the orchard and you could pick all these trips. Now you're going to have very few trips to pick from because the people are staying at home. They are scared. Now that this guy's come out and declared national emergency nationwide, guess what? You ain't going to get food at Trader Joe's tomorrow. Those Walmarts are going to be empty. Now the people panic, right? The masses panic. God, the smart ones went out there. I got all my shit already. I loaded up on everything. I even loaded up on a few hundred of these for my clients. I have like little kits for my clients. In case I haven't shared this with you guys, I think I said it right in the beginning. I was on the phone with one of the head directors, Christian Ahinka, who oversees all these testing labs in California, one of the biggest. They fly around the country, have all these drivers. And I said, buddy, if I need to get my hands on testing kits for my driver family, right, I need your help. And this was the guy I gave a job 16 years ago, his first job. He came from Austria. I got him all the paperwork and I got him settled in California. I gave him the first job and now he's a director at these labs, and they are working with a company called BioFire. You can check them out. B-I-O Fire, like the fire, BioFire. And Christian just told me, Mr. Hinker just told me that they sent in all the emergency applications for specific strand, for COVID-19 strands, to get approvals, quick approvals by the FDA so that they can start testing. But all the other test kits he would make available to me, to family, to friends, and also to drivers, right? I'm gonna hold him to it, my friends. We gotta take the shit into our own hands. And thank God, it's always good. Vitamin C. Not only vitamin C for your immune system, but vitamin C, I call it vitamin C contacts, right? If you can be successful just by the people that surround you, by your contact base, who you've networked throughout your life, right? You can call that guy up, hey, I need this. You can call this guy up, I need this. One of my clients who had the contracts for Coachella and for Stagecoach, he does all the food, all the drinks. Very, very wealthy guy, worth a few $100 million, right? He just got told, hey, well, you know what, we're suspending it. Coachella is going to be in 6 months. So, you know, I hope he got the money, because I mean, in order to go out and do all the buying and get it prepared for everything, right? I hope that he got some of the monies up front. If not, he'll get it in 6 months' times. But these are very, very testing times. Governor Newsom comes out in California and says, hey, any crowd over 250, close it, which means cinemas close, large restaurants close, shows close, Broadway closes, cruises, ship lines, much of the aviation industry shut down. And, right? No, in Italy, no weddings, no social gatherings, right? I mean, this is serious shit. It really is. So we have $141 left to raise towards the premiere press release, which cost $389. So, you know, we've raised over $247, which is extremely impressive. Any $1 or $2 contributions, Thomas just slapped down 20 on the table. We're going to use lots of job for now, get out. Lots of job for now, get out. Lots of jobs outside of rideshare. Soon people will say, so what, and start driving again. If people are not going to airports, that means there will be more longer trips. I would think like from Philadelphia to New York. Yes, that. And the other thing is the car rentals have gone through the roof, right? Because people are just not getting the cars at the airports all the time. So what they do is they go in, and I would really want a traveler who's coming in to go and rent a car. Get on that shuttle, go and pick up your rental car, return your rental car when you're done, and then fly back out, if you can, if that airline is flying, right? It's getting hot in here. Take off all your clothes. We have 21 thumbs up. I have over 60 people in the house. We should be at a minimum of 30. Pump it up, please, 21 to 30, so that my YouTube algorithms go up, right? And share whatever you want to share. Do you believe that Flipped says I've been making $319 ever since? I used to drive for Uber for a couple of years, but after seeing this, drivers should be getting hazard pay. Exactly. Yeah, they should put a fund for hazard pay. Right? I got hazard pay when I was in the army. It was called danger pay. If I'd go into certain regions that were dangerous, I would get danger pay, right? Additional money, because I'm putting my life on the line. Same things here. Drivers are putting their lives on the line, right? It's no different than the military. You're going out there, you should be getting danger pay, right? You know, we had a category on our paycheck. It said there, danger pay. With the SADF, South African Defense Force. You got your thing, and then you got your danger pay. Put in a category there. Put in a fund for danger pay. Put in a coronavirus fund. Right? Michael's laughing. I don't think it's that funny. I think it's pretty serious. You know, you have when you break down all the rider sees all these fees, blah, blah, blah. And put a coronavirus fund fee in there. Why not? Starting Saturday or Monday, Uber should be having permanent surge hazard pay. Thank you. Rob gets it. Rob Wurst gets it. He knows. Yeah, having at least Excel is a massive upgrade from just doing regular. It is. It's day and night. You know, in order to learn the industry, I tried out all the categories. I spent about 3 months on UberX, and I'm like, forget about it. Forget about it. These fucking pools drove me crazy. Then I did Excel, and Excel was a whole different animal. One thing I noticed, I always gave the same superior service, whether it was XXL, I always give platinum service. and I got more recognition with my tips with Excel. So not only were the rates double, I was getting paid double, but my tips were higher. And then I said, okay, what comes after Excel? Well, at that time, in still certain regions, black and SUV. And then my income doubled again when I went into those categories: Lyft, Uber, black SUV. Tips got even higher. The trip count went down because there are not so many frequent trips, but my money was double. Then I added the private limo license to the mix, and I would say it more than doubled after that. And then I tried out the combination of either SUV Lux. I went into the Lux. Lux was very slow. 2.1% of the trips are shared by SUV and Lux. So, 20 something percent maybe in the XL region, and then over 70 something region in the economy, Pool and X. Dark Road Run is in the house. He's not even using his own product, Uber, because he's a chicken shit. Dark Road Run, thank you, my friend. Thank you for sharing. Subscribe to him. That's a legend. Love the guy. I'm super excited if I get Juan Garcia in the house. Luane Osborne, Rundell driver. When I go up to San Fran, if Dark Road runs in the neighborhood, I'd like to go out for a meal and a drink. And maybe if I get lucky, I get to visit the Google headquarters, but I'm sure those are shut down, right? Dark Road Run, Google headquarters. I think the people are Drivepreneur. How are you? Wicked Hustle. Hello, everyone. Awesome, awesome. Absolutely. Absolutely. Guys, drinking your water? Daniel 617, love you, $2. So we are officially from 141. I'm doing the math. We're down to 139 left of the 389 we are raising for all the press releases for April Fool's Day. I'm good. Dull day, no surge. Just a regular day, or is it worse than regular? What you see in next couple of weeks with Uber and Lyft think may go out of business because of Corona. No, they won't go out of business, but they're setting themselves up for more and more legal problems. By the fact that they have not been sharing this data with us, the fact that they've been hiding behind all this knowledge, I think is going to come back, which are going to package up. The attorney is going to package this up as Dustin said in an announcement, said that Uber is packing up nationwide. I don't know. I am not quite buying that. He's in another live feed, right? I just read the headline because I'm subscribed to him. He says they're shutting down nationwide. I mean, does that mean that Uber and Lyft shut down completely all the offices, everything? I don't know. I mean, am I on the money? Maybe. I just started this live feed about mass suspensions, right? Mass suspensions. Now he comes out with a live feed saying it's going to be shut. Uber and Lyft are going to be shut down nationwide. And maybe do we just call it? Did the universe just channel this right now? Not to pick up from the UT campus. I mean, people are generally not. Look, if you're picking up young people have a strong immune system, college kids. So those are not really your problem. When you have elderly people in the car, or even kids, I mean, sure, right? They coughing, they sneezing. You have to worry about yourself. Are you obese? Are you overweight? Are you maybe over 70? Do you have a compromised bronchia and lung system that could get affected? These are sort of what they call high risk people that could possibly lead to deaths. But if you're a healthy person, guy or a girl, taking care of your immune system, doing your workouts, putting in your vitamin C in the... Kyle, Legend Kyle in the house. Hey, when you're on the way back, come by and say hi. We're doing a live feed. Legend Kyle. I figured pop his head in here. He's freaking awesome, man. What a cool guy. I know all the people around here. Cynthia Strait, I'm sure there's going to be too many drivers. Yeah, Lenny Lizard. Are you talking about yourself, sweetheart? Hey? Where's Lenny? Lenny the fucking lizard. Where's that little bitch? Let me get rid of him. Bonk, bonk, bonk. There we go. There goes Lenny the little fucking lizard. Little troll. We had a little troll. Unfortunately, I don't have our toilet here. Otherwise, I would have flushed Lenny the lizard out. Let's see. Let's get those thumbs ups, my friends. I want to get this video viral. What are you concerned about? What are you looking from Uber and Lyft? What do they need to do for you the rider, for you the driver? What do they need to do for you as the driver? Spitting in the facts. Got to do it, my friend. Cool. Surge all day. I like it. I like it. Surging all day, good. Please stay away from airports. Stay away from mass gatherings. Business is great here. No one is driving, taking advantage when you can. Come on, man. Come on, man. Let's do this. Juan Garcia. Milas. Uber needs to provide 2 weeks pay. Thank you. Somebody came out with a constructive suggestion here. Create that fund. Make a commitment like Jeff Bezos did. Put a number in there. Hey, I wired $25 million into the fund. Kyle, just pop your head in for 1 second and say hi to the world. This is the lead. Pop your head right in.
How's it going,
this,
world?
This is the man. Kyle's my boy. Just a fist bump. Boom.
Boom.
Coronavirus fist bump.
Exactly.
There we go. Be safe, my brother. You too. He's awesome. He's the manager at Starbucks. Cool guy. So, what do you need to see from Uber and Lyft? And again, I sort of see mass suspensions coming. Doesn't mass suspension mean maybe that the entire system will be shut down for a few days, for a week? Will they shut Uber and Lyft down, all the apps, just to slow it down so that people can't even get around, can't get to work, they got to get on their bicycles? Could mass suspension look like that? Worst case scenario, tomorrow you guys can't drive, right? Worst case scenario. That would be pretty effed up, right? Suddenly all the drivers can't drive. And obviously they're not making money. Obviously they're going to take leave and work from home, work remotely. Guys like Derek Kay, Tony West, Chai, Weitzman. Supermarket and hospital, high demand. The demand, if you need to get to a supermarket, do it today. Because with a guy declaring a national emergency, people are going to panic and there's going to be nothing on the shelves. Get rice, get water, whatever you can. Get canned food. And I'm not creating mass hysteria. I'm just saying supplies are going to be thin. If they shut down for the 2 slowest days of the week, I can live with that. Okay. I don't know. Are they talking about shutting down for 2 days? Are they? Here comes the free tombstone guy. You can't let go of that, right? You got to throw that crap in there. Man, this is scary. Wicked hustle guy. Already panicking here in West Hollywood. Stock market made it look like government can fix problems with money. You can inject 1.5 trillion in, you're not going to fix the problem, right? They're going to use autonomous cars. What a perfect timing. They're not even ready for autonomous cars. I'm just saying, like Wednesday, for example, it's a slow day. So just shut down for 2 slow days. Look, April Fool's Day, what do? 1 week Uber off, 1 week Uber on. 8th of April, 1 week Uber on, 1 week Lyft off, right? That's our who's fooling who. Who's the fool now campaign, right? It's our online driver app protest. And I will be pushing out a lot of media mentioning a lot of people's names. Rideshare, what's happening? Is it true Uber and Lyft drivers have coronavirus? I know of one in New York. You know, there's one guy in New York who's got it, who's in quarantine. Maybe there's more, but you know, those numbers, those figures, that data, only Uber knows. The problem is that they're still coupling problematic high-risk riders. It's the first plane, Qatar Airlines, which is obviously coming in from the Middle East because there's very few European airlines. This is the first plane that I've seen in a long time. So Rideshare Hub claims one guy in Texas, a driver. Okay. Hit the like button all. Thank you. Hit it hard. So yeah, that would already make 2 drivers. So maybe they're going to pull the plug. I foresee a public health organization or the CDC sending out a message to all the drivers. They get the data. Who will they get the data from? Uber and Lyft will share the data. They then send it to you and say, hey, this is the decision we've made. You guys get shut off. That's what I would call mass suspension. That is what I foresee coming, right? So that these guys can hide behind the message because they want to minimize the legal fallout, right? Because if they're still coupling us here and there with problematic riders and we're getting sick, it's on the backs of their negligence, right? They're putting dollars over lives, right? It's on the backs of their negligence if they are coupling us with problematic riders. So the easiest way to get around this, sadly, and hopefully I'm not giving Uber an idea here or Lyft an idea, is but to provide the data to a public health organization or to the CDC, who then emails all the drivers. We have been informed by Uber and Lyft that there are multiple drivers and riders out there that could have come into contact with the coronavirus, and we have made suggestions to Uber and Lyft that both drivers and riders be suspended from the platform until further notice. That's sort of the way I'm thinking they would word it. What do you think? Am I on the money there? Am I just making shit up? Am I talking out of fear? Am I being realistic? Do you think that makes sense? Am I talking a lot of garbage? What do you think? Okay, we have another big fat airliner coming here, big one. This is the big jumbo. What is this airline? It's a big baby. Coronavirus Airlines. Realistic. Okay, Ian Marino, I appreciate you saying that. So I try to always be realistic, right? For me, it's black or white. I don't really move in the clouds and the gray zone. Right, thank you, Michael. Appreciate it. And I'm not looking for validation. If somebody thinks I'm talking total shit and I'm making crap up, you can tell me straight to the face. I'm not going to be offended. But I think this is a realistic approach. Looking at their behavior patterns over the last few years, looking at the way they're handling this, because they think that silence is golden and silence will evaporate the coronavirus. I don't think so. I think this is about information, about intel, sharing. Hey, we have knowledge of these individuals. They could be salespeople, high frequent travelers that have been in and out of that country. We have a top 10,000 list of riders, which we are not going to couple with drivers. So I want to see realistic solutions. Unfortunately, we're not getting them. That's why I said Katie Weitzman, Tony West, Derek Kay, step down, resign today. Let's get some fresh, competent leadership in there. People that are willing to go out, not these introverts, but we need an extrovert who gets the microphone, cleans it down with his sanitizer cloth first. You don't want to have the same thing happen as it happened to the Utah Jazz NBA player who contracted it from a microphone, passed it from one person to the other, right? So you clean down the microphone with the sanitizer and say, hey, ladies and gentlemen, I need to share some real facts with you. This is the real deal. This is the story. This is what's going on. And this is what we're putting in place, right? Versus silence, bring in the money. Yeah, but couldn't they just make data available to CDC? Okay, absolutely. And I hope they are making data available from day one to CDC. But have they acted on that, right? If they made that, my legal argument would be, Your Honor, the company has supplied CDC with the data. But why for 2 or 3 weeks were they withholding that data and not warning the drivers or the riders that there was a high risk going on? That the fact is that they knew about the whereabouts, the travel movements of high risk individuals that were coupled with drivers, Your Honor, right? We believe that is negligence. They failed to inform the drivers, the riders, and the public, right? So that's my legal argument right there. It's negligence. Massive, massive negligence. Nicole's in the house. How are you, dear? Happy Friday. Are you guys going to go out tonight? Friday, one of the busiest nights. Well, it's not going to be as busy as your usual Friday 1 year ago, right? It's not going to be the same Friday as March 2019 1 year ago. I can guarantee you that. It's going to be, in fact, if we had those earnings of a year ago, we should compare apples to oranges. What do we make on this Friday, 2020? What did we make on the same Friday in 2019? Omar says, very good. Yes, you are, my friend. You are very good. Okay, they shut both apps off tomorrow. Both companies shut the apps off. Then what are you going to do for your drivers? Big billion-dollar question. If they do that for 1 day, not going to make any difference. And then what you're saying right now is they're shutting it down for 1 day, and the next day on Sunday they switch back on. Is that correct? Am I assuming that that's your argument there? Not going to do jack shit. Do nothing. Right? The only thing this is going to work is if there's either it's completely shut off, which would be a disaster, or if we bring the fight to them and protest for a week, then we can force some sort of outcome. But 1 day, no. I'll still be driving tonight, says someone there. Sorry, didn't get the name. Digital electric revolution. That's the California bear doing the electric revolution. Cool. William Connor made a decision not driving until it's over. Get some fresh air in here. Man, it's hot. Drive to, and I've been driving more Postmates. Good. So that's you see, that's a smart answer. Did food deliveries, no pool rides, nothing. Absolutely no to pool rides. I mean, that's just the dumbest, stupidest shit that Uber and Lyft could do right now, is demand from you that you do pool rides. Right? They should cut that off immediately. I mean, pool rides is like Petri dish rides, right? Just order a Petri dish ride. Grow your bacteria. Jeez, water pissing in here. We're on 45, if I can get up to 50. And you know, based on the people that I spoke to at Uber in the last few days, and these are big names out there, well-known names, just finished at the gym, good. That's a good, get your immune system up. These are well-known names out on the internet because they head up very, very big departments at Uber. And they must take me serious if they're having a conversation with me and they're having at least 2 big wigs on the phone, right? The question is, can I make enough noise that I get their attention? And I believe collectively we can. When we use all of our free social media platforms that we've already signed up for, we all, I guess 99% of us have a Facebook. I would guess the majority of you guys have a Twitter. Some of you, very few of you guys have a YouTube channel. Quite a few might have an Instagram channel, right? But if you guys all exercise your power and circulate the stories that they don't like, it just put additional pressure on them. Corona has arrived at the UT Austin community. Very sorry to hear that. Mimi, please make sure that you take a lot of precautions. Katie, hello from New York City, getting ready to come out. I don't know how Friday night's gonna be. All right, well, you 3 hours ahead. I don't expect your Friday to be as high as it was a year ago, but I do hope you stay safe and make money. The university's president wife has it. Oh, I see. Wow. Corona, I think, is everywhere. Budweiser is nowhere to be found, but Corona is everywhere to be found. Somebody said someone is dead. Who's dead? Can you please write that again? I missed that. Oh, dead in New York City? Is it? Please advise drivers not to pick up around the campus area. Okay, so you heard it. Around the Austin campus, don't pick up. Right? Big problem being detected there. So you have these pockets in New York, you have these pockets in Massachusetts, you have these pockets in California, right? Where, and one of his family members too. Wow, somebody died in Boston. Who died in Boston? Who died in Boston? M. Sawyer, demand. I would say demand's gone down radically. I would say we're in about 60 to 70% of the usual business right now. 60 to 70, and it's only going to go further down, right? The more people that are forced to work from home, the more schools close, where the parents maybe have to be, and the parents, demand is dead. Okay, demand. Okay, good. I was worried that you said some person was dead, but there's a lot of parents that still unfortunately order Uber and Lyfts for their kids. I know that rideshare drivers should deny those, but even that'll dry up, right? Because the kids are at home. They're going to be working remotely. As of Monday, my kids in the Las Virgenes, in the Calabasas area, they're going to stay at home. The schools are closed, right? So parents don't even have to order. And those parents that send their kids with Uber and Lyft, they're not even going to order an Uber Lyft. So there's going to be a drop in that. There's going to be a drop of people going to work and back from work back to home. There's going to be a drop of people going out to restaurants and bigger gatherings. There's going to be a drop of people going down to maybe gyms or cinemas. So if business is down, if business is right now at 60 to 70% capacity, as they say, I think we'll be on 50% of capacity within a few days, and then I think it'll drop below 50. Demand pings will drop below 50% of what you were used to 4 or 5 months ago in 2019. Mark my words. Not like our president says, the numbers are going back, they're going to go down to zero. Fuck off. Put a team together, a competent team that takes action here. You can't have Mike Pence, I'm sorry, praying and hoping that the coronavirus will go away. It doesn't work like that. I mean, at least this president has two guys that are willing to speak up, and the one guy this morning says it's a serious problem, right? I'm sure he doesn't like that. He'd like to control what the guy says in front of the microphone, but this guy, Garachi, whatever his name is, said, we have a serious problem on our hands, right? And for the president to go out and say there's a national emergency, that means there's some serious shit going on. How are you doing, buddy? Carlos Bellemas, look, great question. I appreciate. I would say, how are you doing? I'm doing great. Look, I'm still not buying into the fear and all the crazy hype, but I'm looking at real numbers. I'm looking what's happening, and wherever I can, I'm taking precautions. I've loaded up on all the good stuff. I've loaded up on the drinks. I've loaded up on the vitamins, the D3s, all the supplements, the foods. I've got everything to keep my family safe for a while, right? My supplement and detox business is going through the roof, like through the roof. My orders, I can't even keep up. My private trips are 20% have gone down, 20%. My requests for private trips have got a little bit crazier, go there, get this, blah, blah, blah. Uber and Lyft, for me personally, zero. Not doing any trips there, zero. I don't want unknowns in my car, and I can say that, and I can do that because I have my private limo license. So I know my clientele. I know that they're not flying in from overseas. I know that they're not traveling overseas. So I know their movements, and they share them very, very openly with me. So sure, I'll keep on driving them. Every person that gets into my car knows my car is being cleaned down. Every one of my clients that gets into my car gets these, you know. M. Sawyer says, hell no to what? Hell no! 50 likes. I know we can get it up to 60. We have 91 people in the house that are watching. I welcome you. This live feed is about you. What do you want Uber and Lyft to do for you? What do you want them to share with you? I made a very bold statement. I put it out there and I said, I expect mass suspensions. And I don't see the mass suspensions coming from Uber and Lyft. I see the data being sent to CDC or some other public health organization who's going to email you and going to say, based on what's going on, we have advised Uber and Lyft to shut down all platforms. So in that way, they maybe legally cover their tracks, right? Because if they weren't sharing this information and they know about this information, they have big negligence cases on their hands, right? It's not going to be difficult to subpoena data. When you're a sick person and you say, well, how did I get that? I got that from one of your riders. Let's sue the company and let's get the data where these people have possibly been. Oh, you knew that guy was at Heathrow. The next day he was in Rotterdam for a meeting. And then he flew over to Florence, Italy, Firenze, to do a convention. He was a salesperson. And then he flew back to LA. And then I got the virus. So you knew that, but you never shared that with me? That's negligence. Be safe. The $60 or so just isn't worth it. I don't work for $60, but thank you. I appreciate it. I don't charge $60 for this next trip is $170. My prices go up in these times. They really do. Not crazily, but it's because these people have all these little extras right now, right? This morning's private trip to the Learjet, I did a lot for that individual, but then again, you know, and riders, if you're listening up, riders, Uber and Lyft riders, passengers riders, Uber, Lyft, passengers riders, tip, for God's sakes, tip your drivers well during these times. You know, we're still out there doing the job for you, but we have a massive deficit. Business has gone back. Uber and Lyft are not taking care of us. There's no announcement yet what's in this fund. They haven't done it. You know, Jeff Bezos at least put $25 million in a fund. There it is, committed, black on white, right? But for whatever you can do, riders, dig deep into your pockets. You know, $10, $20 tips should be the minimum right now for every trip. It's going to help the driver. Please work with the drivers. No more pool line rides till we get through this. Absolutely. Listen to what he said, Dark Road Run. That's money right there. That's more valuable than anything else. No pool trips. Guys, you want to swim around in a pool in a Petri dish of bacteria? Hell no. You've taken a pool trip, you've just doubled your chances of trouble, right? Screw that, no pool. Only swimming pool in the summer with pina coladas, margaritas, and rum and coke. That's the only swimming pool. And always tip the drivers that they have hand sanitizer. Listen, if we're giving you all this free shit, right? We're giving you all this free shit. I am, at least. Tip me. So my clients this morning, who are also friends that I drove to the Learjet, to their private Learjet, I made these available and I told the guy, hey, take some of these with you. I want you to have these for you and your kids. Do you know what that, I can't even tell you. My tip was insane. Few $100s, right? On top of, let's say, $150 trip. Wish I could drive, however, they suspended my account. They suspended your account? Why did they suspend your account? You can bet everything you own that Derek Kay will not put 25 million into a fund. Well, he's going to have to. Otherwise, we're going to have to slap him. Slap him so hard, 1,050 times, on his bare naked cheek. Yeah, I'll put it in. I'll put it in. I'll put the 25 million. It's hurting. It's stinging. Stop. Fucking stop. Stop. I'll put it in. I'll put it in. I'll put it in. The slaps are going to be way harder when they come from me. Carlos Belmas announced drivers in California unsure about applying for EDD. They aren't sure if they qualify due to AB5. If you don't try, you don't succeed. Robert Begbie in the house. Love you, brother. How are you? Nicole. Andrea, is it on Lyft? Not sure. But ladies and gentlemen, I can see the mass suspensions coming. Those sour people that run the show, you just suck on these. I can't stand these, by the way. I don't eat these ones. They just make my jaw like disintegrate. I keep these for the crazies, the kids. They love that shit. Doing okay, sir. Heading to VA hospital for a checkup. Praying you're well, my brother. Praying you're well. We're sending you a lot of love and light. Praying you're well. Andrea is confused. Please, if that word confusion, I feel confused because give it a reason. Yeah, you got to start making backup plan. With this crazy news, you got to temporarily make plans for plan B, C, D, and E. You don't have any citations, but they suspended you. What did they say was the reason for the suspension? I'll help you on that. They didn't give you any reasons for the suspension. They just sent you an automated message, I'm guessing, and say you're suspended on Lyft. Any reasons at all? Temporary exit plan, not permanent exit plan. You can still make a lot of money. I think this will blow over. A lot of people are out of work or getting reduced hours. Finding another job may be difficult. I'm telling you right now, if you got suspended, there's a huge difference in the terminology. Suspension or deactivation. Suspension is usually temporary. You've been suspended from the platform for indefinite amount of time, right? But you've deactivated from the platform. That's just like an eviction of a tenant. You've been kicked out of your apartment, right? How do I get back in? It's not that easy to get back into the workplace after a deactivation, right? I've already suspended myself, says Joseph. So when I spoke to these attorneys, I have two accounts. I have a fleet account and I have a regular account. They deactivated my regular account. And I said, I have 10 conflicting messages. Why you guys deactivated me? None of them make sense. It's so easy to show the courts that you guys don't even know why you deactivated me. So I put them on the spot. So I said, while I have you attorneys on the phone, why did I get deactivated? Why? Is not an answer. Why did I get deactivated? I'm asking you, right? It's the least, and you recording me, I'm recording you. Not that the recording will hold up in court. No, it won't. But why did you deactivate me? Well, we looked into your driving records and we saw that you gave one client multiple trips. Okay, don't deny that. Did I put monies in my own pockets by giving one client multiple trips? No, every single one of those trips was put through you. Why did that client put multiple trips, 30, 40 trips through my app, through my Uber app? It's because he liked me as a driver. He liked my safety. He liked that my car was smoke-free, was highly allergic to tobacco. And he traveled in many SUVs. One smelled like tobacco, the next didn't. One smelled like tobacco. So he wanted consistency and he was willing to pay for consistency through the Uber app And that's how he found me. So tell me how I cheated you out of the money, being honest, right? Telling you that is why you deactivated me. I would like to see that reason hold up in court, because I'm not taking your money away, right? I'm just making a customer happier than he was before. That's my answer, Your Honor. How are you going to argue that? Fuck off. You have no reason for deactivation based on those grounds. And then when I went to the hub and these guys were too chicken shit in LA, listen to me, you guys in LA hub, you chicken shit, all of you. And most importantly, the security. You know, back in South Africa, I would have given the security a good walloping right there and then, right? But here, with the legal system and that, you can't just bang up 5 guys. You can't. You're going to get into a lot of trouble. Police are going to arrest you, blah, blah, blah. Got to get yourself an attorney. All these cases filed. Yeah, unfortunately, you can't bang a security guy, give him a hard walloping, right? So anyway, long story short, they won't tell me at the hub why they deactivated me. It took an attorney, a high-profile attorney, I'm telling you, super high-profile attorney with name and rank to tell me why I was deactivated. Now that I know that, right? Cool. I'm ready. I'm ready. We have 105 people in the house. I welcome you all. Anybody that's just wandered in the last 30 to 40 minutes. My opinion is we're going to be seeing mass suspensions. I'm not talking about mass deactivations. I'm talking about mass suspensions. Suspension is temporarily. Deactivation could be permanently unless you get reactivated, correct? But what is Rideshare Professor talking about? What does Torsten mean when he talks about mass suspensions? And again, I'm not creating mass hysteria here, but I would think that Uber and Lyft really have to prepare themselves legally for all the negligence that they have put upon us, right, by matching us with problematic riders. My guess is that they're going to supply the data to the CDC of the riders, of the drivers, the names, the emails, etc. And there will be a blanket type of email sent out to you and saying, based on the fact that there could be, it's all legal wording, high-risk riders out there, our organization, our public organization, or the CDC has taken the initiative with the help of Uber and Lyft to inform you that suspensions are currently happening for your account until further notice, blah, blah, blah. In that way, it's my guess, and I'm just saying this, and you guys are more than willing to correct me. You can say I'm talking shit, I'm being realistic about this, whatever you want to say about my comment there. But it gives them a very, very safe way, Thomas, thank you, a very, very safe way to hide behind this negligence, right? Because they have been negligent. They do know the data, the whereabouts, the movements of high-risk riders in specific regions that have come into direct contact with us. And there we are. We meet the guy, passenger number 6 of the day. Coronavirus, 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 infecting you, getting in your fucking brain, getting in your nostrils, getting in your mouth, getting in your ear, getting in your arsehole, wherever the fucking coronavirus creeps in. It's inside of you. Now you're driving around. La 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 la. Let me pick her up. Let me go and do that pool trip. La 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 la. Bum 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 bum. Spreading it all around. Spreading it all around. Negligence, 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 negligence. Good night. Right? Worst case scenario. It's a little bit of comedy that I'm trying to, inject here. Trying to be funny. Sorry I'm being so sarcastic. I'm trying to be funny about this, right? Long story short, they knew about passenger 6, but they didn't tell Jack or Jacqueline, the driver, about passenger number 6. And they certainly knew that passenger number 6 that you happened to have in your car last week was in all these countries as a salesman. But they didn't tell you. Have to be, Robert. I think if you have to be on YouTube, how are you going to keep an audience going? How are you going to be able to talk for an hour? You have to sort of like be a little bit entertaining. And if you look at all the YouTubers, they all have a very funny side, whether it's a dry, sarcastic side, whether it's a silly side, whether it's a stupid side, whether it's a goofy side, right? Whatever you want to call it. But you have to be you have to be a combination of 80% serious stuff like coronavirus, and then 20% comedian, right? And then, bring out the best in people. The best stuff you can bring out in a driver or a subscriber or anybody in the house is when they start sharing good information. Like facts, gasoline prices there. We just heard from a guy in Austin, Texas, live. Nobody was, Uber didn't tell us this. The guy told us right now, the head of the university's wife got infected. This campus in Austin is shut down. I want to tell all the drivers not to go to the UT campus. That was real live data in the stream. That to me is constructive input. That saves lives, my friends, right? It's real time, real knowledge, real message, right? That's what you get in a long live stream. Stuff comes in, stuff comes out. Got 107 people in the house. Got 65 thumbs up. Let's pump it up to 70. Good question. How long will the temporary suspension last? Now that's probably the toughest question I've got today. But let's say I try to take a guess. Uber and Lyft cannot afford for this temporary suspension to last forever. They can fold up. Their company's done, right? They're done. They toast, right? I don't think like in the auto industry, under Obama, for example, there was like a bailout for the auto industry. I don't think that there's an Uber Lyft bailout waiting from this administration. So let's just say temporary suspension of drivers, I would say max 2 to 4 weeks. I don't think that the company could go beyond 2 to 4 weeks. I think they would fold because they can't just fire all their staff and the engineers. They've got to keep on paying. They've got to keep them on the payroll because the moment they would fire these people would start to look for other jobs, right? So you've got to keep all those salaries going. All those hubs that you've shut down, you haven't shut down the rental. You still owe the landlord of thousands of hubs around the world. You have to still pay them $5, $10, $15, $20,000 rent for each hub each month, right? Not using it, but you still got to pay that. So you have all these overhead business costs coming in, right? All these Wi-Fi lines. Or if you want to talk about breaking down the cost, you have this humongous list of overheads. Your company is suspended 2 to 4 weeks. My guess is it cannot go beyond 4 weeks. Then the company would fold. So this is a dangerous situation for a rideshare company to be in if the government says temporary suspension. And it's also a dangerous situation for you to be in because you have to make sure you have plan B, C, D, and E ready yesterday. Your resumes, your phone calls, calling friends. Hey, do you have a job where I can maybe help you, do some packing, or maybe they're doing drop shipping, so I can get in some hours. My friends, have a plan B, C, D, E ready right now, yesterday, right? The person asked me a very, very good question. How long do you think they could sustain under temporary suspension? My wild guess is 2 to 4 weeks, because in 4 weeks' time, all of those rents of all those hubs are worldwide. They will be there. They're not going away. They're due. All the telephone costs, all the security costs, the janitors, the window wipers, the legal fees that they have to pay attorneys working there, the engineering fees that they have to pay, the executive fees that they have to pay, Dara, Chai, Tony West. These are big salaries. All that shit doesn't disappear. These guys are not going to say, hey, it's temporary suspension, we'll take a temporary pay cut. Dara K is going to take a temporary pay cut, right? No. Those greedy bastards don't work for $0. There's very, very few CEOs that'll turn around in times like this and say, hey, I'll take $1 salary for the month. Very few. Very few true leaders like that. I've seen them. There are true CEOs out there that in these type of times they say, I'll take $1 salary. Because they want to work with their labor force to keep the costs down and get the company through. So because I'm over 50, my regular... But the real question is, should we be using 1/3 of our income to buy Uber and stock? Hell no, man. Why are you going to go and splash out 1/3 of your money and buy stock now, right? Hoping? You got to look at 1 week, 2 week, 3 week, 4 week solutions, right? Because then your rent is up, or your house payment up, your car payment. You got to have solutions which are 2, 4, 6, and 8 weeks based. Your solution of pumping 1/3 of the money towards stock with the hopes that it's going to go up, that I might as well walk into a fucking casino and put $300 down on black or $300 down on red, right? That's gambling what you're talking about, right? You got to talk about certainties. Dark technology, you can find this information. Thank you, share it with us. Put a link out there. Bottom line is, all I can say is have backups. And a backup to me is not taking 1/3 of your salary and putting into stock. Our president does not take a salary, he donates it. And he makes his fucking money elsewhere through his kids, through all his other little, putting the Secret Service at all his resorts, billing them, overbilling them. No, he doesn't take a salary, but he makes millions and millions of dollars elsewhere. Come on, wake up and smell the coffee, folks, please. Apps are on. I'm at work reporting to duty. Awesome. I'm glad your app is on. That's good. Dustin freaked me out with that headline just now that all the apps are going off. Everyone is suspended. That just freaked me out. I just got a message from him. Buy stock? Hell no. Professor, I have a question. Please, Keto Me. Good to see you. Sorry, I saw you earlier and I didn't acknowledge you. Sorry. Keto Me, the chef. Got to watch his videos. Uber stock closed at 22.60. That's pretty much where it closed exactly yesterday. Can we get yesterday's figures? I think yesterday was $20.61. So if it closed on 22.60 today, typing with one hand while holding my baby and seeing your video. Whoop, whoop. I love it. Casanova. Too bad they don't like Keanu Reeves. What did the bank say, Robert? USA Jobs says you're there. Tons of work right now for drivers. Look into other lines of work. That's a very good suggestion by Godoni. Keep your options open. Look around. Look at the possibilities around you, right? We don't have to travel too far. What can I do? I never ran out of ideas as a kid to make money. I was delivering newspapers in the morning before school, newspapers after school when I was 11 years old. I was washing cars in the neighborhood. Never ran out of opportunities. Uber and Lyft need to keep paying drivers as fares will be way down. Okay, do they have the money set aside for that? M. Sawyer says that's a start. Look, this feed is about you, so you guys share. What can Uber and Lyft do for you right now? That's my big question. Do you think that mass suspensions are coming? I'm not saying mass deactivations. I'm not creating hysteria here. I'm saying massive suspensions. Do you think that mass suspensions are coming? They're basically shutting down Orlando like this, Knee World. All those big companies just want to give you a heads up of what's going on in Florida. Awesome. I appreciate all the info we can get, the better. I sent a message to the hubs are closed down. Yep, the hubs are closed down. Keanu gives back to movie production. He takes pay cut for movie production. He's a great guy. I like that movie that he's in. Where's that gun? Who's he? What is that movie called? Where he just shoots everyone. Keanu Reeves. What is it called? Help me out. There were 3 of them. It's crazy shit. Just John Wick. You. I want to be like you, John Wick. You are my hero, John Wick. John Wick. It's just you and me, John Wick. 2 warriors. Like, dude, we're not he said, John Wick, you and I, we're the same. John Wick, you and I, we're the same. We're not the same, bro. We're not the same. Exactly. They denied need to compensate riders for not taking as many rides in these days. Good day, Prof. Always positive. Alex Ross. Well, I'm being positive. I really am. I'm trying to remain positive, but I'm also not shy to share the dark news, right? We got to We've got to be realistic here in these type of times, right? This is not just fluffing it up with roses and beautiful puffy little sunshine clouds. No, this, there is a lot of craziness going on, let's be honest. Tell parents not to take their sick children into an Uber. Correct. Sup, Uncle T. Pharmacy deliveries here is where, especially right now, pharmacy deliveries, big money. My buddy, who is one of the directors of all these labs, testing labs in California, he says they are so busy, they're printing money. So some industries are printing money right now. They're making money, just piling up the $100 notes. And some other industries, they've got money in the bank and it's just going down. Don't forget, Professor, that juicy steak. Yeah! Good luck today, all the drivers during this time. Exactly. Thank you, William. That's very nice of you. All of you, work smart, work safe, get the essentials. Amin, how are you? Good to see you, my friend. Salute you. Good to have you in the house. If you can, give me a thumbs up. So we're at 78. I want to see it go to 80. John Wicker, you and me, John Wicker, we're the same. We are not the same. Remember, he says that to the guy, that crazy Asian fighter. We're the same. John Wicker, you and me, we're the same. No, we're not the same, dude. And he lets him die right there. That was funny. I think that was in the last, John Wick, the third one, the last. There's going to be one more. There's going to be one more John Wick. I like George Michael. George Michael. Which George Michael? The one George Michael's dead. You're talking about Wham? George Michael? Mr. and Mrs. Brown, how are you? Look, what have we heard today? We've heard a declaration of national emergency. What does that mean? I got to read up about it later. Sandy Man, how are you? Right? We have heard of hubs closing down today. Okay. What does that mean? I can sort of understand what that means. We have had no commitment by Derek Kay and team as far as what they want to put into this fund, right? Jeff Bezos said he'll put $25 million into a driver fund. No commitments from Derek Kay, no commitments from Logan Green, right? We've had no sharing of data, which means they haven't revealed to us, or even the CDC or any other public health organization hasn't revealed to us that they are sitting on potentialist dangerous data. It's certainly not been shared with us. So again, my theory is dollars over lives, right? Right, what's more important? Dollars, lives. What's more important here? Dollars, lives. Let me, CEO, Tony West, let me think about this. Dollars, lives. Go for dollars. I just have a local information for someone that works for the government. Just told us that they're going to self-quarantine everybody in the next day or two. Cool. Show us something. I drive for Lyft. I was in a car accident during Lyft pickup. Lyft insurance offered me no help because I had liability insurance. Right. So the head of insurance for Uber, I don't know for Lyft, but her name is Katie Weitzman. She's the head of global safety and insurance. I've heard the same story, the same Uber and Lyft story. When a person has an accident, it's all just talk by these rideshare. To try and get money out of them after an accident is like drawing water from a stone, right? Good luck to you if you're going to get a penny after you've had an accident. They say they have this umbrella insurance, but at the end of the day, try and extract water from a stone. Very, very hard, right? But what you will have to rely on is the person that maybe rear-ended you. Hopefully they have a good insurance, or you have a good insurance. At least you have something to fall back on that takes care of your car so you can get back on the road, to make money, to deliver your kids, to pick up food, right? We really, really rely on that car in the United States. When I was overseas in Portugal for a while, England, I used to take the trams. Germany, I used to take a lot of trains, bicycles. When I was in Amsterdam, I used to take bicycles everywhere. But here in the United States, as well as when I was in South Africa, you needed a car, right? And if your car suddenly gets rear-ended, Uber and Lyft are not helping you out, Katie Weitzman is not helping you out, then you've got to take the matters into your own hand. Maybe you have some funds set aside, get the car fixed inexpensively by like some auto shop guy that you know, get back on the road and keep the money going in, right? We've got to always keep the money flowing, because guess what? The phone bills are there, the smartphone bills are there, the rent is there, Trader Joe's fees are there, Walmart fees are there. Those costs don't go away, right? That's the real life, my friends. Back to life, back to reality, back to life, back to reality. When are we going to get back to reality, ladies and gentlemen? When are we going to get back to life and reality? Because right now, this ain't life and this ain't reality, right? This ain't life, this ain't reality, this ain't life, this ain't reality. So I want to go back to life, back to the summer, surf on my board, drive my classic cars and not fucking freak out about all the coronavirus. Just saying. Just saying. Air Canada in the sky. Air Canada, the Maple Leaf. My car got destroyed, says the subscriber. 2 French nationals that told me about the air taxi and Uber project. What did they tell you, my friend? Share, Joe Ramirez, share. I want to know. Tell me now, cause I need to know. Tell me now, cause I need to know. Talking so much, I've got to hydrate my freaking voice. Max power. It's funny how they always like, on the one side, this thing kills every germ under the sun, but it smells like sunflowers, but it smells like oranges. Exactly. Make it smell like all these wonderful, wonderful. How are you, buddy?
Fine, thank you.
Good. Are you staying safe out there?
Yes.
Good. Fantastic. Take care of yourself. So security guards taking good care of himself. Reality is Jesus Christ is still all powerful with you. You're a bit more animated than I've seen you before. Are you losing your sanity? Yeah, I'm losing my fucking sanity. I've been infected. Stop talking shit, my friend. This happened in 2016. There's nothing wrong with having fun. There's nothing wrong with laughing. There's nothing wrong with cracking jokes. People that can't, the guys from Canada just called me. The Lockheed Aerospace works side by side with, I didn't catch last, you make sound like the Matrix. Any update on Local Driver? Yes, get on Local Driver. We've added 2 or 3 more videos, right? Now it's about the driver app going out there and getting a really hot referral system going so that drivers can refer drivers and compensate. So if you sort of like team builder level, I think it's from 0 to 99 drivers. There's 4 different tiers. If you reach the max level 4, you're a boss, basically a boss of a cooperative in your city. So go out there and find out what the structures are at localdriver.co. And speaking of that, one of the directors just called me in the live stream, but I had to. AJ, if you're listening in, I will call you back after the stream. We're having fun right now, and we're talking serious stuff. I picked him up twice, and a flight specialist from Joby Aeronautics. Cool. I'm trying to read as fast as these things are coming here. It's not easy. We're on 82. Can we get it up? Uber drive past Matrix 4 set in San Francisco. I like it. I like it. We're on 82. Can we pump it up? 82 likes. Let's get it up to 90. And thinking about 100, I'm going to bail out. I love it when I get 100 likes. It's a great number. 100%, 100 likes. Are the Kardashians hunkered down in their $1 billion homes? Yeah, they safe over there in Hidden Hills. I know exactly where they're on. They're on Scott Robertson. Yeah, look it up in Hidden Hills. The one group of them is Scott Robertson. The other one's right at the end. They're right by Drake, with Drake's house on Robert, not Robert Guy. On Lone Meadow and Scott Robinson. Those are where all their houses are. Now, if you looked at the social media, there was a big time Spanish Instagrammer who went head to head with Kendall Jenner and he said, listen, don't downplay the virus, because she was tweeting and doing all the social media that it's okay, obviously from her house where she's quarantined, and she's got all the food. She's very well off. She's a billionaire. I've driven her a few times. Cool chick, actually, very nice person, to me at least. But what I want to say with the story is that the social media guy in Spain told her to tone it down. He said, Kendall, I need you to talk in realistic terms, because over here in Spain and Italy, people are dying. In America, it's just taking off. So come back to reality. Let's talk about reality. Wage claim, says Roxanne, it's easy. If you're in California, email me, text me. My details are under the video. I will show you how to file the wage claim if you want to do it as a person, as you as an individual, or if you want to go through an attorney. I'll show you both ways. Understand, when you choose an attorney like Shannon Lichten-Riordan, who will help you file that wage claim for you, but they take a big chunk of your money, right? If you do this in your own capacity, it's very easy. You just have to go through the government websites, initiate the process. It's based on a lot of averages, right? They are looking for average weeks driven per week, your lowest average week, what do you make on average, blah, blah, blah. They then determine what you've been paid by Uber and maybe what you should be paid, which is about 20, 25, maybe even 30% more by filing this wage claim. So there's two ways of doing this. And this is where I'm going to smack down Uber and Lyft all day long, is because educate the drivers as to what their rights are, that there is money out there for them, that you drive for Lyft. Okay, cool. So you know what you made on the Lyft platform. Right now you start comparing apples and oranges. Start plugging in the numbers in those calculators on the wage claim and see, okay, what I made on Lyft, will I get more if I file a wage claim? And if so, if it's a drastic difference, file the wage claim, get your money, right? Because the monies are based on a minimum of $12 per hour. Let's just say, I'm giving you in California, right? So let's say you're driving 50 hours per week, average at 12, right? That would be what, $600 times 4, $2,400 on average. Your wages should be a minimum of $2,400 based on a $50 week, right? But here on this side, with those average 50 hours, I was only making $1,800 on Lyft. So you're putting the $1,800 in comparison, right, to this $2,400. So you have a wage claim maybe of about $600 difference, right? And I just said, remember that it would be about 25 to 30%. And if you put the 600 in relationship, to the 2,400, yes, that is about 25%. So that's what you want back on your wage claim. And I'm throwing wild numbers out there, so don't quote me on that. I'm giving you a general idea what this looks like. But Smackovich them all. There we go. Exactly. Those CEOs, Tony West, all of those guys, as Dustin said, Smackovich them all. We welcome you. How are you holding up? How's your family holding up there? Dustin, are you all quarantined? Have you got enough toilet paper? Do you have enough canned food? Do you have enough water? Do you have enough sanitizer? What do we need to send you from California? Or what do you need to send us from New Jersey that we don't have down here, Dustin? Tell us, speak to us, my friend. Back to life, back to reality. Dustin's in the house. We welcome him in our house. It's all our house. It's our castle. Our house in the middle of the street. Our house, that is where we always meet. Our house was by Dustin and his treat. Our house is a castle and a treat. La la, bum 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 bum. Man, I think 2 coffees back to back really got me going. I do 65 hours for $17.50 a week. Whoop whoop. Man, you're a hard worker, my friend. Dustin bought all the toilet paper. I got a good story. You want to see the toilet paper that I bought? Got a bit lucky on the toilet paper. 3 months ago, I got very lucky on a toilet paper deal. I kid you not. I'm not kidding. I can even have the video. I think I've shown the video proof in one of my videos. You may have seen it. You want some of mine? I mix something in here, Dustin. I put special drops inside this. And that really gets me going for 24 hours. Very special droplets. Mario Cedillo in the house. Whoop, whoop. Goat style. Nah. Nah. Have you ever heard those goats? They make the funniest, crazy shit noises. And the little baby goats, they look like they're on acid. They don't. They look like on speed. Alex Ross, I need a roll. Anyone got one? I got plenty, dude. You know how much toilet paper I have? Are you in California? Do you need toilet paper? Holy shit moly. You know what is still out there no one thinks of? Wet wipes for potty training. Those work, yeah, work great. And I take a big disinfectant and a rag, and I spray the rag. Here it is. I always soak it up. And when I'm walking around to Starbucks or whatever, I always open the door with my wet, sanitized rag. People look at me, I'm like, I don't care. I don't care. I got that 2-ply. I got the 3-ply and the 2-ply. The 2-ply is a little bit rough on the ass. It feels like sandpaper. Not good. But hey, whatever it takes. At least it's not newspaper, because that's even rougher, right? And at least it's not 60-ply sandpaper, because that's even rougher. No, or 200-ply, that's even rougher. And then 60-ply, which is even less rougher. So, Michael Tarantino, I'm screwed. I got no food store. Don't panic. Go out and then get yourself some canned food, man. Buy a lot of cans. Don't panic. Don't worry. Back from San Francisco, I think it's a good idea to wear sunglasses. I wear my sunglasses at night so I can I wear my sunglasses and drink coffee at night. So I can. Who sings I Wear Sunglasses at Night? Is it Corey Hart? I got that charming, fluffy cloud. Yeah, the 3-ply or the 4-ply, the really fluffy stuff. Like a splash guard at the salad bar. Like a splash guard at the salad bar. Is it Corey Hart? Who sings I Wear My Sunglasses at Night? That's it, Sandy Man. Thank you. If the people who did not get toilet paper go out and get it all canned food, and then we can have a bartering system. Okay, the drivers barter with the riders. You want a trip? You give me 10 rolls of toilet paper. You want to take a pool trip? You give me 50 cans of beans. You want a trip to the airport? You want to be picked up by the airport? That's 5 rolls of toilet paper and 17 cans of beans and 5 gallons of water. Let's barter right now with the rider. I like it. I like it like this. Dun, 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 dun. I like it like this. Dun, 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 dun. You need toilet paper? I have plenty. Are you in California? I'll give you enough shit paper, but I've only got the 2-ply. 2-ply, le multiply, cans of Spam. Ugh. Spam, that shit makes you fat, dude. It's going to clog up your arteries. Don't eat too much cans of Spam. They just shut down the hubs. Yep. Ain't no hubs. Ain't no hubs around me. Ain't no hubs around anymore. Ain't no hubs open. Nobody's gonna help you. Because those hubs, they being shut down today. Yeah, let's all sing together. Those hubs have been shut down today. And we don't fucking care because we drive anyway. We don't care about the hubs tonight. We just want to get home tonight. They can't help you at the hubs. They can't help you. Guys, do yourself a favor. Go to Google. Put in Chicago Green Light Hub. Put in Riverside Green Light Hub. Put in Austin Green Light Hub. Put in Houston Green Light Hub. Put in Miami Green Light Hub. Put in Denver Green Light Hub. You know one thing they all have in common? They have thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of what? Bad reviews. They all have between 2.5 and 3 stars out of 5. Now, if that was us, if we had 2.5 out of 3 stars, which the hubs have, our asses would be deleted, deactivated, right? So I guess Uber didn't deactivate them because of their 2.5, 3 stars. They deactivated them because this is the way to save money, save money, save money. This is the way to save money because our name is Uber today. Did the hubs really help a driver anyway? Out of my 50 visits to the hub, at least 50, maybe 3 times. Yeah, they emailed it out. Hubs ain't gonna help us anymore. These hubs gonna not help us. These hubs can't help us. These hubs can't help us anymore. $86 for crying out loud. Can we get to 100, please? I'm frickin' begging you. I need 100 thumbs up. Otherwise, I have to order my 3rd coffee. And then I'm going to even go higher, like a buzzing train, like a buzzing plane. Just get me to 100 thumbs up, please. Do not make me take a 3rd coffee and stay here. You guys are going to lose your minds hanging out with me, right? You guys are going to be needing danger pay, coronavirus fees, if you guys are going to hang out with me for another coffee. I didn't have to go to the hub. Thank God, Sandy man. Thank God you didn't have to go there. 92, 8 more. I can do it. I can do it. I can feel it coming in the air tonight. 100 likes. 100 likes. I can feel it coming through my channel tonight. 100 likes. 100 likes. Garcia Bua in the house. Miss O'Brien. Oh, Lord, have mercy. The rideshare professor has lost his mind. We have to pray for him. You guys don't have to pray for me. I'm just having a good day. I'm high on, my friends. I'm still alive. My kids are alive. We all still well. You're well. You obviously, you here, right? So you're alive. You're well. You're taking care of your family. Remember, a patriot is not someone. Hey, blessings from the Bay, Cali News. There, I gave you a like. I like you. Amen. Thanks, Mr. and Mrs. Brown, sending you the love. We're on 93. I got 7 more to go. 7 more to go. And then I have a lot of emails and text messages. We all need to pray. I mean, we need to pray for many things. You know, we need to pray that we all pull through this. Do I have problems finding bathrooms? That was the question. Do you have a better question? Do you have a better question than that? No, I don't have problems finding bathrooms. And I gotta go. Patriots' duty is to be vigilant and protect the American citizens. Thank you. I like that. Look after each other, right? Take care of our neighbor. Help our neighbor, right? Spread it out equally. You don't have to be selfish and take 10 gallons of water. Give him a gallon, you a gallon, couple of gallons, them a couple of gallons. Spread it out. Now all the help you'll get is on the 1-800. They don't have a 1-800 coronavirus line. They don't have any help or hotline for the coronavirus where they could easily set up an office with 100 people fielding calls like, hey, people that know about the subject matter. They don't have that. They just have the Philippines number. If you get there, hold on, we will help you. We will eventually help you. We'll eventually help you. Please be patient. Please be patient for another 4 hours. Please be patient for another 5 hours. I gave you a thumbs up, thank God. You freaked me out. I thought you gave me a thumbs down. I was really like, what? The guy gave me a thumbs down? You gotta be kidding me. Thumbs up, everybody thumbs up, everybody thumbs up, everybody thumbs up, thumbs up. And don't touch anything, right? Once you've done with that trip, don't go around touching all the places that the person's been touching in the back of your car. No. Spray the shit out of that rag here, and this is how you clean it down before you touch it. Everywhere they've put their paws, their hands, wipe it down, spray into your cloth. We have a good announcement of local driver. We had to go have a heavy hitter on board. We got a big guy on board, and we're talking to the guys from Tesla. right? So we making big strides. Canadians update me all the time. It's what I love about AJ and Danny and the crew all the time. But these guys are hot with their communication. AJ, I hear you loud and clear. I've just had too many coffees, but I'm with you, brother. We gonna rock this city. Martha Hoffman in Florida on board. Whoop, whoop. Martha's on board. Let's go, Martha. Let's go, Martha. 97, guys, you're killing me. You guys are seriously killing me. 97 thumbs up. Can I squeeze? Can I extract? Pinger. Go, Donnie, you're not going to go unless you've given me a thumbs up, brother. I'm not going to release you from this live stream. I am not going to release anyone from this live stream unless I get a thumbs up. Thumbs up. Everybody thumbs up, thumbs up. Everybody thumbs up, thumbs up. 99, you are freaking killing me. Make it 100. I want to see 3 digits. I don't want 2 digits. I don't like 2 digits. I like 3 digits. 90. Oh, we did it. 100. Don't take them away now. Don't take it away. 101 Dalmatians. 101 Dalmatians. Lewayne Osborne in the house. Michael. The real deal. DC in the house. Who has the biggest band of the 70s? Was it the Eagles? I would say. Beach Boys or Eagles? I would say. Who sold the most? Who sold the most albums? Maybe the Beatles? Maybe the Beatles, the biggest band of the 70s? Who sold the most? The question is, who is the biggest band of the 70s? I mean, Queen was there. The Beatles was, I think it was the Beatles. Elton John was big in the 70s. Who sold the most? Can anybody look it up? Who sold the most albums? Because back then it was vinyl. Who sold the most vinyl in the 70s? Eagles are number one. Is that a fact? Is that a fact? That the Eagles are the number one band of the 70s? Outsold. Pink Floyd did a lot. All in all, it's just another idiot called Dara. Teacher, leave us rideshare drivers alone. All in all, it's just another asshole like Dara. Love Pink Floyd, it's great. We don't need no education. We don't need no self-control. Sarcasm in the bathroom. Just another brick in the wall. Excellent. You guys are throwing good tunes, good bands out there. People are hitting the Eagles. People are throwing out Pink Floyd. What else have you got to offer me for the 70s? Bring it. I'll tell you all about the 80s. I'm not so strong about the 70s, but bring me the 70s. One ticket, one way. Where would you go? One ticket, one way. I would go, one ticket, one way. I would go to my mother's safari lodge and be with my family in Africa and be surrounded by animals because I know how to live off the land. I did it as a teenager. I've got my loyal Jeep waiting, my Willys Jeep there. I've got all the food I need, all the berries, all the fruit, all the animals around me. A good rifle, a good gun. That's where I would go. I wouldn't go to like some Fiji or island or anything like that. You'd get bored. You get sick. You get bored sick. No, I would go there into the wild with the animals. Abundancy of food. I like 3-figure digits. I like the 100s. 50s are okay. 20s are okay. But I do like those $100 notes. $100. Show me the $100. I'll make you holla. Michael Tolentino. Hear no evil, see no evil, speak no evil. All right, I'm happy, guys. I'm going to have to take a break. Not going to go for another coffee. That would be disastrous. Do share, please, what's on your mind. What can Uber and Lyft do for you? Do you believe that there will be mass suspensions? I'm not talking mass deactivations, but mass suspensions. Do share your thoughts for any incoming rider. Riders, passengers, Lyft, listen up. I get a lot of them coming into my video. Alan Mills in the house. Yeah, they suspended the hubs. They suspended the hubs. I'm just saying, riders and passengers, listen up. If you come across this video in these trying times, reach out to your driver, reach deep, deep, deep into your pockets and pull out the 10s, the 20s, the 50s, and the 100s. We need it right now, right? We are putting ourselves in the line of fire. We should be getting danger pay. We're not getting danger pay. Uber and Lyft are not taking care of us. You can take care of us by giving us a generous, and I mean a really, really generous tip, right? And I'm talking way 30, 40, 50% and higher, right? Because that's what we need right now, right? Is like a backup fund, the YMCA. YMCA. That's Village People, right? Village People. Yep, Village People's from the 70s. Yep, Village People. He just said it. Michael just said it. Why frickin' MCA? Whatever. Have a blessed day. Inland Empire, Salvi in the house. I still owe you that video, my friend. You and your troops keeping the roads of Riverside, San Bernardino, Ukaipa, Victorville safe. Love you all. Martha Hoffman, a lot of colleges and universities sending their kids home here. Schools are shutting down in LA as of Monday. The schools are out. But the kids have to work online. The kids gotta learn how to work online and communicate with their teachers remotely. Yep, gonna be a big learning curve for these kids. My generation, we were never exposed to that. We weren't exposed to a pandemic. I wasn't exposed staying at home, living in fear. I was out there carefree in the wild with the animals, my BMXs. Never had an Xbox, never had a computer. Just the wild times. Show me how you make $100 tips. I'll show you how to make $100. This morning I made a few $100 on tips. How? You go and get yourself your private limo license. In times like this, when there are very weird requests by private clients in these type of times, I drove a family, got them food first, blah, 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 and then took them all to their private Learjet in Van Nuys. Mucho dinero, my friends. Way more than $100. So if you really want to know how to get the $100 tips, spend $500 to $1,200 on all your licensing fees. Some states, they call it a TNC or a TCP. They have all different types of names for these different limo licenses, right? And once you have that, it's your ticket to go independent. It's your ticket to go off the grid. So you don't rely on the Uber and Lyft grid. You can tap out. You can drive whenever you want to privately. And the tips, people right now know right now, like, let me give you a crazy idea. Let me give you a crazy real story from today. So I get these people all to the Learjet at Clay Lacey, right, at the airport. All their luggage, tons of luggage, because they're tuning out. They're going to Montana, to the ranch. They want to be away from the coronavirus, right? And the lady says to me, as I'm picking them up, and she says, "Oh, we're going to be gone for a long while. Laura Peterson, my new birthday gift. What is it?" Okay, my fiance says she's got some new birthday gift. No idea. But I load up all the luggage and they said, "Torsten, you have the code to our garage, to the freezers. All of that food is going to, it's all food, hundreds and hundreds, if not over $1,000 worth of food." They said, "Just take it all out, because we're only back in 4 weeks." So I said, "You sure about that?" 100% sure. So they said, "Just take it all, every single last bit of thing," right? So what I did is, after I dropped them off, I went, put the code in, blah, 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 all the food. You know how much food I loaded in my car from one private client? Never mind the tips that I got in cash, just the food, right? It's a blessing. I do. I praise God. I thank God for people like that in my life who have abundancy and they're not shy to share their abundancy, because, you know, they taken care of. They'll never ever worry. But yeah, God is good. You know, God took care of me, and it was a big day for me money-wise. If I have to really weigh up all the value that I got in food, tips, and earnings today, way over $2,000 in one day, and there's no jokes. So you asking me what the ticket is to freedom? Of course, if you have your own company and it's running well, that is freedom to a large degree, right? As long as you don't have to be at your desk inside your office all day. I don't call that freedom. But let's say you're working through the internet and you have freedom. Let's say Amazon is shipping out your products for you, drop shipping, you have freedom. But freedom to me is also having these private clients that are sending me their schedules. I can pick and choose the schedules when I want to drive, if I want to take them, if I don't want to take them. And then the benefits that I get on top, right? NBA tickets, sports tickets, holiday invitations, Hawaii. You can stay at a house here in Florida. You can stay at a house in Hawaii. You can stay at a house in Mexico. Do you know how many benefits I've had extended? And I just say, thank you, God, that you opened up that world to me. But what it took me is to tap into the matrix first, onto that platform, UberX, understand everything while the good times, right? And then when the bad times rolled around, about 1.5 to 2 years ago, I went more and more off that grid, off that platform, into the world of true independent contractor style driving, right? Where you set your rates, where they say, how much is it going to cost me if we book you out for 3 hours? We're going to go to those restaurants, we're going to go and see that show, and then we need to go home. And I give them a price. I dictate the price. Uber doesn't dictate the price for me. Lyft doesn't dictate the price for me. I set the price. Right? That to me is independence. And I think if we combined, all of us can get over this hurdle, over this mountain called coronavirus, if all of us climb up the coronavirus mountain and we get over the other side and everything blows over and we're all safe and all our kids are safe and our family is safe and we can actually get back to work. Meanwhile, we're doing plan B, plan C, plan D. Maybe we're taking 2 or 3 other jobs just to make ends meet, just to pay the rent, etc. Right? I'm giving you a realistic story here. Let's just say in 3 months or 4 months, this is all blows over. Dust is settled. People start calming down. Markets start calming down. Coronavirus is gone, right? Then, if you've managed to get through those times, I tell you something, if I can give you the very, very best tip, if you ever want to unplug from the platform, Uber and Lyft, set yourself up as a private driver. Where if you want to work till 3 a.m., sure. If you want to pick up that client at 5 a.m. and take them to the airport, sure. The one thing is you'll get good treatment and good tips. And if you're really, really good, you get so many other credits, benefits, extras on top of your job, right? You know, I have clients that'll, no problem, I'll drop a few $100,000. Say, well, Torsten, what do you need? Do you want to do this? Do you want to do that? Right? What do you want? You need 300,000, you need 500,000, just tell us. Right? That's how I can talk to certain people around me right now. There's at least a handful, 5 people where I could say, hey, I'm doing this. I need $200,000 towards, and they're in. No questions asked. Right? Whether it's an Airbnb, whether it's just another startup company, no questions asked, right? Just some small contract, a promise, right? So that's where you got to get to. And that's about networking, vitamin C, vitamin contacts, vitamin C, vitamin contacts, vitamin C, vitamin contacts, network. I go through tons and tons of business cards, old school, every week. Here's my card, here's my card, here's my card. My card has my email, my card has my social media on it. But here's my card, here's my card, here's my card. Right? So network, and they call you from everywhere. Hey, can you help out in this situation? Sure. Can you help out in this situation? I'll fit you in. Can you help me out in 2 days' time? Sure. Can you get me at 6 a.m.? Like today, actually I wanted to take today off, but I have a very, very good friend that I am going to pick up from the airport, right? So here I am at the airport. Guys, if you can make a small donation towards our press release, I think last night we raised over $200 because we're rolling out that campaign in April, bringing awareness to Uber and Lyft, right? About the online protest. My press release writer, Andrew Carmen, I'm giving him $100 50 to $100, and he's going to write up a few press releases for me, and then we're going to go and put it out onto PR Web. P for Peter, R for Robert, web.com. Go and check it out, .com. Go to pricing. You will see 4 different packages. They start from $99. That package is small, doesn't work. And then we're looking at the premium package. If my numbers are correct, it should be $389. We're raising the $389 because we're going to be pushing out a lot of press before April, right? To put pressure, mount pressure on Uber and Lyft. Sound like the guy for the commercial for Debswana Diamond Company. I'll take that all day long. Cool. Good. Maybe they paid me to make that commercial. But he has the same, if it's a diamond company, it's probably a South African or a Zimbabwean. It probably has the same accent. The only foreigner that I know who doesn't have the accent, who came close to the accent, was Leonardo DiCaprio in Blood Diamond. Did you guys watch that movie, Blood Diamond, with Leonardo DiCaprio? If not, go watch it. He put on a pretty damn good accent. It's a good movie, by the way, Blood Diamond. I liked it a lot. Anybody watch the Blood Diamond? Or Blood Diamonds, whatever it's called? Guys, we got to 108 thumbs up. Michael, watch it. Very good movie. Thank you. I got a movie. Very good movie. Same thing. Thank you, Akadi. You'll enjoy it, Michael. So, my friends, one more, please, and we're on 110. Just one more. Bob Willard, yes, saw it. It was a pretty good movie, right, Bob? Interesting movie, put it that way. 110. Bless you. I appreciate you guys. Thank you. Again, share your feelings. What do you want to see from Uber and Lyft during these trying times? Leave your comments in the channel. Get into participation, communication with other drivers as far as suggestions go. I know these guys watch these channels and then they pick up maybe some of our good ideas. Let's put it out in the universe there, all the good intentions to get through the coronavirus. Let's put out the intentions that we all stay safe, us, our families, right? And then let's hope that there's no such thing as mass suspension. Let's just hope that the national emergency doesn't mean that we all get shut down, but let's rather hope that people like Derek Kay, or hopefully the next CEO, or hopefully the next leader of global safety, puts out messages and says, listen, in these trying times, we are not going to couple high-risk riders with drivers. We're doing everything in our power to minimize that type of contact, right? So that's what I'm looking for. Sherelle, I'm wondering when it gets too dangerous to drive in LA. Not yet. There's a lot of cars on the road. Planes are in the sky. We're far from that, but we just need to be more vigilant. We need to be smarter. We need to share information, right? There was a lot of good information shared today. If people act on the information that was shared in this live stream today, we can save lives. There was a guy that gave us really good information about the campuses in Austin, for example. So Martha says, I have faith. I too, I have a lot of faith, right? We need a guy like Richard Branson from Virgin Airlines. And let me tell you something. In South Africa, in Cape Town in 1995, I was contracted by Richard Branson. I opened up his agencies called Storm. He opened up a whole bunch of agencies called Storm, right? But he didn't want to brand them Virgin. And they probably lasted for 3 or 4 years. I did the big launches, the big events for him, right? Huge events down in the shipping docks, in the warehouses. We did big. And one thing, Richard Branson and Kate Moss, the model, there were several people there. He knew exactly how it was all going to go down, right? He says, we're going to do this and this on the stage. The cameras are going to go off. And guess what? That's going to be the front picture of tomorrow. You and me, him with Kate Moss. And there it was. He knew what he was doing. He was a master, still is a master of marketing. I bet you his Virgin Cruise Lines right now, his Virgin Airlines are hurting. Anybody can give me any idea about the Virgin stock? I'm sure the Virgin stock is down a lot. But if you want to read one of the best books, he wrote a book called Losing My Virginity, right? Is his autobiography, how he almost died in an air balloon. Him and his South African partner that started this business, this catalog business, the CD business, right? It's a South African guy. That's how they made their first money. How Richard Branson, together with the South African, they opened up the CD catalog music. That's how they made their first money. And then they drifted into Virgin Music, and then he drifted into Virgin Airlines, and he drifted into Virgin Mobile. Virgin Mobile in the UK is making him a ton of money. It's like AT&T Verizon. He owns Virgin Mobile. But industries right now where he's probably hurting, Virgin Cruises, Virgin Airlines, Virgin Mobile, I'm sure is doing extremely well. Right? And then he has tons and tons of other companies, but I only interfaced with him maybe 2 times for 2 hours. And what he said happened. He said, this will be the front picture of the newspaper tomorrow. And he was right. It's what he did on stage with certain people that caught their attention and made headlines. Right? The guy knows his shit. Remember when he started Virgin Airlines? He was on top of the plane with his stewardesses, and they rolled into the airport, in some American airport. That's how they made their entrance into the United States market. Is him in a suit with all his beautiful air hostesses around him. Richard Branson loves girls. He loves traveling with girls. That guy has got more energy than a fucking racehorse. Right, let me tell you, that guy doesn't sleep for 24 hours. I don't know what he's on. But Richard Branson is a big idol of mine. He's a rock star. If you want to read a good book, Losing My Virginity. That's his. He also has Virgin Hotels. I did not know that. Thank you. I just learned something. You guys back, Canada. Be patient for a few more minutes. Okay, my friends. Light up the room with a lot of emojis. Let's send a lot of love and light around the world so that we cover coronavirus with hearts and thumbs up. It has no chance against us. Has no chance. Has no chance against us. Right? Oh, there's a Virgin Hotel in San Francisco. Cool. Did not know it. I'll look it up. I'll look it up. I'll look it up. Anyway, my friends, please be safe out there. Eyes on the road. Look after your neighbor, look after your kids, look after your spouse, look after your loved ones. I also feel bad for those low-income families who are in troubled times. Let's reach out to them. If we can help them, if you can say, hey, I have some extra groceries, I got some extra cans, whatever you can do, reach out to your neighbor and make sure that everyone is taken care of in the equation. Don't leave anybody behind. Nobody behind in these trying times, right? Legendary Kyle, still here. What's up? What's up? Just, okay, cool. Dallas as well. Very cool. Yeah, we are family. We're a big family, and we take care of all of our brothers and sisters. Food security is an issue. Share what we have so all can move forward. I love it, Martha. Great words by Martha. Thank you for that kindness. Thank you for that sharing. Thank you for that participation. Thank you for your contributions. Thank you for your suggestions. Thank you for everything that you do for the rideshare world. You guys rock and roll. Hawaii has slowed down. Somebody just told me. And apply logic in the world. I like that. Just be logic, not fearful, be reasonable, right? We can do this, my friends. I know we can. Thank you for giving $20 to a homeless family. It's very kind of you, see? It's those type of things. We're nearly there. Mark, we're nearly there. But Mark, you must have contributed 1/3. I mean, you were rocking last night. Thank you. We're nearly there. I said by Sunday we'll hit the mark. I thought maybe by Monday, Tuesday, because that's when I want to start rolling out the press releases. But I'm pretty sure by Sunday we will have raised that. And then Andrew's writing up the press releases. Then I get to read the press release to you. You give it your blessing, your stamp of approval, and say, Torsten, send it out to the world. And we're doing the biggest press release blast, right, through PR Web. All newspapers, all social media channels, blah, blah, blah. We're going to hit it hard. They're going to hear about us. Mark Vega, I appreciate you, brother. I really, really do. Much love back. Stay safe, everyone. We'll get over this. Together, we'll get through this. I love you all. Thank you, guys.